Hello and welcome to Totally Trades. This session is provided to you by New Ventures Maine. New Ventures Maine has been providing in-person Totally Trades conferences for many years in Maine, and for the past 2 years we've provided virtual sessions. These sessions are intended for people who identify as girls or as gender expansive, gender nonconforming, or non-binary, and are interested in exploring non-traditional careers. Totally Trades provides information about careers in trade and technical fields that students of any gender might want to explore. We welcome students of all abilities, backgrounds, regions, religions, and experiences. Non-traditional careers are careers that are predominantly and traditionally filled by one gender. Occupations such as truck driving, engineering, pilots, and architects are considered non-traditional occupations for people who identify as women or non-binary. Careers such as nursing, childcare provider, and elementary teaching are considered non-traditional for people who identify as men. In today's session, we will be focusing on the career of a forester. Most careers in forestry are non-traditional occupations for people who identify as women. There are many different kinds of careers and jobs in forestry. Some of those include sawmill operator, forester, equipment operators, business owner, conservation worker, and more. Today, we will focus primarily on the career of a forester, while giving you something to think about and explore as it relates to the other jobs in the logging world. Foresters participate in regular activities in the forests, including conservation, outdoor recreation, and are in charge of caring for, planting, and managing trees and forests. They are important to the overall well-being of forests, including managing forest fires. Most careers in the forestry industry pay good wages with benefits. There is growth in this industry. We need more people to fill positions in forestry. The data shows that Maine will need to fill 5,000 forestry jobs throughout the year 2037. Most jobs in forestry require at least a high school diploma or equivalent, and many require some training and certification in specific skill areas. There are opportunities to learn skills on the job. You may get paid wages while you build your skills and knowledge. In terms of foresters, these jobs typically require a bachelor's degree in forestry or a similar field. There are many educational programs connected to forestry available at Maine's universities. In addition, there are free multi-week mechanized logging programs available through Maine's community college system. This is an opportunity to build skills at no cost to you in preparation for a career in forestry. You can start at a career in technical education or CTE program while you are in high school. All high schools in Maine have access to CTEs, and some CTEs offer forestry programs. For more information about CTE, go to mainecte.org. I want to share with you a video we have permission to share from For Maine. This video outlines both what foresters do and some of the opportunities that are available in Maine within this field.
I make a living in the woods of Maine, helping the landowners to manage their forest land.
By timber harvesting and helping landowners plan management of their forest.
There's really sound scientific forest management happening on the ground all across our state.
We're one of the relatively few places that has a really functional natural resource economy.
What I'm doing is for the greater good.
We're caring about our forests because we care about our future.
Maine's foresters are protectors of more than just tree land growth.
As a forester, I'm trying to protect the interests of the landowners, the logger that's involved, but I'm also protecting the interests of the planet and the environment.
To do all of this, Molly uses technology, and she can bring along the family.
I spend a lot of time measuring trees, try to determine what the value is that's out there for the client, and then help them decide how much they want to cut, where they want to cut, what they want to cut, mapping out water features either on the ground or with my GPS or on the computer with aerial photography.
The thing I probably spend the most time with is timber harvesting, preparation, planning, and hiring of the loggers. Making sure the wood gets to the right market and making sure the land is left in a clean state like the landowner wants it.
And creating a sustainable income for Maine's entire forest products industry, as well as the landowner.
Forest management is so much more. It's scientific, it's professional. We're making sound judgment calls on what we're doing on the landscape. It's so much more than just going out and cutting a tree.
The real technology that has changed the game in the last couple decades has been GIS, or Geographic Information Systems technology, which is essentially computer mapping. We're able to map a lot more precisely what we have in terms of area, in terms of forest, what we're doing, and to really do precise modeling of how the forest is going to react to our harvest, how it's going to change over time, what we can expect of it in the future.
Were you surprised to see Molly working in the woods of Maine? She says, don't be.
I have a lot of people ask me what it's like to be a woman in this industry. From my perspective, it's not this rough and tough industry that it has a reputation of having. It's highly skilled, well-trained people. There's plenty of space for women to either be an equipment operator or a forester or a wood buyer. A woman could do any of these jobs.
Foresters are leading Maine's forest products industry in playing the long game.
The thing that we do here in Maine that is different or better than a lot of other places around the world is that we manage for the long term, and we manage for a lot of complementary goals. It's not just timber production, it's also environmental protection, it's also recreation, it's public access.
Sustainable, in the barest definition, is not cutting more wood out of the forest than is growing, and you want what's growing to be healthy.
Some people don't understand. They think that logging is bad or they don't appreciate what it does, but active management in a place like this is actually going to really improve this stand and improve the trees that are here so that in the future this landowner can continue to come back and capture value out of this area.
Not everyone has always cared for Maine's forests the way they should.
There have been times where forests have been cut far too heavily. More and more people are getting the attitude that we need to really look after this resource, and we really need to manage it intelligently if we want to have it around for future generations.
There are so many opportunities in this industry, so much more than people realize. We need people to work in the equipment, in mapping or computer work or growth modeling. So if you are looking for a job that you can do something different every day, you can work outside. I think there's a place for everybody in the industry.
Protecting Maine's forests, forest owners, and the forest industry. Maine's Foresters. Focused on Maine's forest products for Maine. Learn more now at formaine.org.
As you can see, a forester works primarily outside in the woods of Maine. Were you surprised to see Molly, who was able to do her job with her baby? How cool is that? Molly dispels the myth that working in the woods is not for women. I want to show you another video from Maine. This video highlights equipment operators.
4 generations ago, my great-grandfather was logging with horses, but now we're doing it with technology. Big, expensive, complicated equipment.
You can have all the equipment, but you need the people that know how to run it.
That's the hardest thing to do in this industry, is find operators.
There's money to be made in Maine's forests, and these students are learning it firsthand.
Those working Maine's forests are invested and equipped with the machines that move the mill to the trees.
Logging equipment is very expensive. This machine behind me, brand new, is over $300,000.
My crew operates a fellow buncher, a grapple skidder, a yard loader, a chipper, and 2 trucks.
It's really amazing to watch the wood they can cut and how easily they can do it.
And do it from the comfort of the cab.
Logging today is much more people sitting in a seat, pulling on levers, using your brain much more than your body.
Maine's equipment operators have proven themselves masters of stewardship, responsibly choosing timber and making the most of all they harvest.
An average tree usually has 3 to 5 products in it. Saw logs, firewood, pulp, biomass. After the saw logs are taken out, which are the higher value products, the firewood and the pulp and the biomass chips are taken out. When we're done, every part of that tree is used in some form.
It's one thing to work the woods of Maine, it's another to do it sustainably. So if you had a bird's eye view of our operation, you actually would not be able to tell we've been here. Although a lot of things have changed in the logging industry over the last 70 years, 100 years. We still do it responsibly.
I would say that loggers are the ultimate environmentalists. Many of us have families that we want these woods to be viable for in the future.
The only way for us to do that is if we continue to do it in a sustainable manner.
We care about these woods more than anybody there is.
One of the biggest challenges is finding those who will seize the opportunity to join them in working Maine's woods.
We need 2,000 people in this industry in the next 10 years to replace retirees and to fill necessary needs in the industry.
The Mechanized Logging Operations Program is training the next generation of logging operators in Maine's forests. After 2 weeks in the classroom, students work 10 weeks in the field, handling powerful, high-tech machines.
We have an 18-year-old student who just graduated from high school not 2 months ago, who aspires to become the next generation of logging operator, who is running that stroke to limber, who after 12 weeks is going to be able to be hired by a contractor and can earn up to $50,000 a year in the first year of being employed with virtually no debt.
It takes a very specific person with a very specific set of skills and talents to be a good forestry machine operator.
They could be a high school graduate, they could be a returning veteran, they could be a bachelor's degree, second career changer.
Somebody who's interested in learning about the environmental impacts of what they're doing, who takes their time.
The time to grow the forest industry is now.
I feel very strongly about working in the woods. My family's done it for a long time, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. Why do I do what I do? I'm a logger, fourth generation. There's no other place I'd rather be than working in the woods of Maine.
One of Maine's oldest industries is one of Maine's most advanced because of the people behind the machines, focused on the future of Maine's forest products. For Maine. Learn more now at formaine.org.
As you can see, there are many types of equipment used by operators, and most of the equipment is mechanical and computerized, which requires specific skills. It is exciting as well to hear about how high school graduates can go directly from a high school to a mechanized logging program that provides short-term training leading to a good-paying job. Here you can see some websites to explore to find more information about education and training options you may want to consider. I encourage you to check them out. Wondering if a career in forestry might be for you? Here are some questions you might ask yourself. Are you interested in protecting environmental resources? Do you like to be outside enjoying what nature has to offer? Do you have interest in technology and using it as part of your job? Are you willing to work with other people to plan and solve problems as part of a team? If you answered yes to a few of these questions, you might want to further explore careers in forestry. You can do that by conducting some informational interviews, talking to people who work in the Maine woods to get a better idea of what kind of education or training they pursued, how they got their job, what they like best about their job, how much money they earn, and other information. You can also reach out to a guidance counselor or other school staff to express your interest and see if they have friends, family, or professionals in their network to refer you to or other information they can help you gather. Your feedback is important to us. Please complete the form that was sent or provided to you by the school staff person who gave you the link for this session. Totally Trades is sponsored by the Maine Department of Transportation and the Maine Department of Education, Career and Technical Education. We thank them for their support. On our website, you can find other partners, organizations, and employers who also support Totally Trades. Thank you for attending today. We hope that this session provided you with useful information and encourages you to continue your career exploration.